Hello and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea and today I would like to share more of the messages I've received from the 25th dimension during my last hypnosis session. But before we move forward, I'd like to ask you to please like this video and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Also, do leave me a comment below the video because I read all of them. I do respond to all of them. And I really just love the interaction and to hear where you guys are at with things, if the stuff resonates with you or not. All right, let's move forward. I'm going to be reading from a section of the transcript from my last session. And when I refer to Lorraine, I'm talking about the hypnotist asking me the questions I've prepared in advance of the session. And when I refer to me, I'm talking about myself under hypnosis, and therefore the answer is coming from the 25th dimension. All right, here we go. Lorraine, is there a materialized planet or group of planets for each dimension from 5D up to 24D? Me. No, they're telling me 24 is a state of consciousness. They're telling me 19 is a state of consciousness. There may be a couple of others in there, most of the other dimensional. So just to be clear, state of consciousness, we could literally go in and create planets. We could create material planets at all these dimensional levels if we wanted to. We can do whatever we want with the matrix. I apologize. Sometimes the speech to text is a mess and I'm here trying to translate what it means. We can do whatever we want with the matrix, but as of right now, there are floors, and they're laughing, if you want to think of it as floors, where there are no planets. So there are no planets in 24th. There are no planets in 19th dimension. There's probably a couple of others. I think they're telling me the 12th. The 12th dimension, 12th or 13th, they're telling me they don't have planets. Maybe the 13th dimension doesn't have a planet. Yeah. So not all of these dimensions have planets in them. Lorraine, thank you. How many universes are in the multiverse? And is the multiverse expanding or is it complete? Me. So the multiverse is complete in that we have chosen to keep it static right now. Now, static. There's no stasis in the multiverse. I'm just using a word to say that it's not expanding at this time. It does not expand on its own. We create, and because we change things around, we don't necessarily need to expand. Yeah, so in this case, it is quote unquote complete. It doesn't mean, but it's not completed as in it's finished. We're never going to expand it again. We might decide to expand it. We can do whatever we want. Right now, we don't have an end point, an end game for the matrix. We just want to keep it going. We don't have to take it down ever if we don't want to. But of course, if this failed somehow, we would probably have to do with a heavy heart. We would probably have to do the same thing we've done to this planet. But then again, we could turn around and create another matrix from scratch if we wanted to. However, we put so much effort into this. We love this game. We do love this game. So it is our plan right now. We have no plan to take this down or end it as of right now. And I'm talking about the entire multiverse, obviously. Lorraine, thank you. When we asked you about the poles shifting on Earth, you told us that the matrix is crumbling, and not only on this planet. Where else is the matrix crumbling and why? Me. There is a reconstruction effort going on in different parts of the multiverse. It has nothing to do, it's not taking down of the planet like we have here. It's more like some of the rules are being changed on some games, chosen by the collective that lives on that planet. And so in that sense, the matrix is breaking down in some of these planets. It's not a bad thing. They've simply decided to recalibrate themselves and to have a little bit of a different experience. It's nothing as dire or as factual, as solid, as concrete as it's happening on this planet. A matrix crumbling is not as dire as it sounds. It doesn't have to look the way it does here at this time. A matrix crumbling might simply be that a game is becoming more fluid, or that they are in transition to change some rules to make their reality look a little different. Lorraine, great, thank you. So you had also said that we're all moving on with our bodies except for the people going to New Earth. But then you said that the people going to 3D will go first in the next few weeks and in their sleep. leaving behind a lot of NPCs. Are these 3D people not taking their bodies to the simulation chambers? Me. No, they are not. So originally, we had thought that we would have ships pick them up as well and wipe their memories. However, the truth is that this will look very, very dire to the rest of the population, because keep in mind, it will look like 1 billion people, pretty much 1 billion people has left the planet. You wouldn't notice. And this would do just a lot of damage, would involve a lot of fear for no reason, for no benefit. Because of this, what's going to happen is that these people are going to leave their bodies behind. However, they will, because we can create bodies with our own consciousness. We can manifest anything. They will not find bodies there necessarily. They will just imagine that they have bodies, basically, and they will look the same, will function the same. Now, they will think that through the use of technology, their bodies have improved. We've already spoken about slowed down aging or rejuvenation efforts. So their bodies will look better than they ever have, but they will have an explanation for it. They will have what you and I would consider a logical explanation on this planet. Like they went to, you know, a very advanced spa with very advanced technology for a month, and, you know, and this is just an example. They will have reasons for seeing themselves so rejuvenated, but this is how the rejuvenation will happen in their case. Lorraine, wonderful. So they will believe that they maybe have been through a mad bad situation at that advanced spa. Me. That is correct. Whatever technology they want to believe in, mad bads is one of them. Yes, there will also be technology based on sound, and it will do a lot of this, sound technology, frequency technology. And it will be so fast, but they will accept that it's not because it's magical. It's not them doing this, but it will be this fabulous technology that can make them look 30 years younger, like in an hour. And they just have to believe that it comes from outside of them. That's all. As long as they believe that it's not them, that it's coming from somewhere else, then they're okay. It's all okay. It's all acceptable. Lorraine, wonderful. Are the Akashic records real? And if so, are they inside the matrix? And what is their purpose? Me. The Akashic records are real, laughing. They were laughing here, in the sense that just as much as everything else is real, which, as you know, is all holographic, it's not really real, but for our purposes, for the purpose of how we like to think of the multiverse, they are real. It's more of a conscious place. It's not necessarily a place that you go to like an office, but it is a place in our consciousness. And what it is we did create this inside the matrix, and we created it again as a clue. It was a clue to connect and to remember what we're explaining, basically, what is happening with the purpose of what we're doing. Now, a lot of people use these Akashic records to confirm to themselves the way that they want to see reality. So there are people that are not necessarily ready to connect to the 25th. They go and use the Akashic records. But you know, it all brings to the same point. It's always a code. It's a clue that's left so that you can continue in your seeking. Eventually, if your intention is to find the truth, you will find the truth. But remember, keep in mind, not everybody is ready to know this is a game, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. But the records are one such trace we've left, one clue we've left in the game as well for people to find. Just not as physical as mushrooms, for example, but absolutely just another clue. The reason they're comparing it to mushrooms is because I put out a video before this, a recent video where it talks about mushrooms, drugs, alcohol. They're all codes, just like food is a code that we ingest to bring ourselves, our focus to certain vibrational realities, quote unquote. And so they're saying mushrooms was a code and Akashic records are just another code. It's just not a physical code like plant medicine, for example. Lorraine. So in essence, they're just a record keeping of everything, every move and counter move that we, as the dark and the light, have experienced or created within this game. Me, is what, if that's what you like to believe, that's what they're going to be for you. The Akashic records can be anything you want. So if your intent, if your purpose is to, for example, write a history of the multiverse, yes, you could say, okay, I'm going to go to the Akashic records and see everything that's been written. If your purpose is for you to justify to yourself while you're doing certain things, so you need to believe you've had past lives, and you're believing, yes, there is a record of all my past lives and my past incarnations, you can believe that. We already know there is no past, there is no time. Therefore, this could not possibly be a record of history. There is no history. All it is what the essence wants it to be. If the essence wants to find a reason why they're behaving in a certain way, so they want to find a reason why something happened, you know, they want to know what happened in the past to make them believe this way. This is what they're seeking. This is what they will find. But it doesn't mean it's the same for everybody. It's not black and white, like what we hear said, which is it's a record of everything that's happened in the multiverse. The record exists. We all have it in our consciousness. This is a game, and we can connect to any parallel reality we want right now. We can switch our focus from where we are, what we are doing right this moment, to a completely different focus, and we could be on Andromeda. It is that simple. There does not need to be a record of this. You could be back and forth a million times a day. You could be living on different planets all at the same time. There are no rules. Whatever the essence wants to experience, this is what's happening. We like on this planet to think of linear. We like to think of linear history on this planet. We like to think of linear history for the multiverse. It just doesn't work that way. That's not a library we're talking about for records. But if that's how you believe, you want to believe it is, that's absolutely how it can be for you. There are no rules. You make your own rules. Lorraine. On that vein, if there is no past and no future, which I believe to be true, there is only now, then bringing down this matrix, given that there is no past or future, everything is indicating that we've done this in the past, which you have said. What's the point to that? Because if there is no past, how can that be said? Me. So there is no time, and therefore, of course, there is no past. So the fact that this has been done twice in the multiverse is how we describe it. But the truth is that experience, if you want to focus on that experience, that will be present for you right now. That's happening right now. It's where you put your focus on. That experience is available for us. It's been experimented twice. That's what it means when we say it's been done twice in the universe. We, human language, we like to put everything either in the past, in the future, or in the future. But in reality, it's all available right now. There is no time, so that experience is happening. And now we're trying a different experience here. And these are the only 3 times this sort of experience has been tried in the multiverse. This is what that means. Did this answer your question? Lorraine, it did. So all of these experiences are still going on in this now moment. And as essences, we can intend or focus or bring our attention to any of these other collapsed situations and exist within that experience and experience that, should we choose, me. If you wanted to focus on it, you could see it in real time happening. The fact is, a lot of essences are not interested in that anymore. It's already been tried. It's an experience that's already been absorbed by the collective. We're just not interested in that anymore. So we're focused on this experience right now. But again, while we sense time here, there is no time. Even this experience is all happening right now. We're just focused here. So this is what we are aware of. And what I wanted to say is that it's so hard for us to wrap our minds around this concept that time is not real. And that what we experience as being past, future, and whatnot is all happening at the same time. However, one analogy that's helped me kind of connect better to this concept is that, like here, when they say if you wanted to focus on it, you could see it in real time happening right now. Is the analogy of having, for example, a DVD in your DVD player with a movie on it. The DVD is there, but if you're not watching the movie, it's not real for you. The movie might not even be there for all you know, except that when you focus on that, meaning that you turn on the DVD, so you're focusing on wanting to watch this movie, all of a sudden you are in that reality, all of a sudden the movie becomes real for you. It's actually happening now in real time, even though the DVD was there. Maybe you've had it in your DVD player for the last 10 years, but it wasn't really there. It wasn't really real. You thought it was there, but you didn't really know. But the moment that you focus on it, there it is. It's present. It's happening right now. You might as well have put it in this morning. And that's what helps me think about the fact that everything is available when you focus on it. Nothing is the past and nothing is the future. Although, again, we use time as the measurement of everything. It's really very hard for us to wrap our minds around this, but we'll get there. This will be very obvious very soon, so I'm not too worried about it. I just find all of this very fascinating. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also do leave me a comment below to let me know what you think of all of this. All right, take care, and thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.